Alright, what up YouTube? It is your boy Simba X here with Symboliandrums.com, and today I'm going to talk about how to get over stage fright. Alright, so jumping right into it, I got my notes here, and the first thing that I did when I was getting started in playing in public was, instead of trying to jump right into a live performance in front of 100 people, I just gathered my friends around. I just got a couple of my friends. I said, hey guys, come down to the jam room. Let me show you what I'm working on, right? It doesn't even have to be like a full performance or a full concert for the guys. Just pull somebody in, a couple people, and show them what you're working on. Show them some of your grooves, some of your fills. Very simple, very straightforward, and you'll see that starting off with people that you're comfortable with will actually help you get used to playing in front of people at all. And the reason why I'm starting with this one is because in order to get over stage fright, you first have to understand yourself through stage fright. You gotta feel the stage fright to understand how to get over it, right? It's like trying to swim. In order to learn how to swim, you gotta jump into the pool. You can't learn how to swim from the side of the pool. So that's why I wanted to start with this one. Jump right into playing in front of a few friends. Feel what comes up for you. And from there, let's move on to the next one. So generally, if you're like me, playing in front of friends is not that hard, especially if they're good friends. You know, you joke around, you're not too nervous in front of them. But the next step up is to play for family and friends, maybe some more distant friends or your family that don't really get to see you play much. Or if you really want to jump into the deep end, go to a bar or any kind of venue that hosts open mic events. Okay, that's an event where anybody can get up, a bunch of players get up, musicians get together and they just jam. Whatever happens, happens, which is beautiful. And so you can go there, put your name on the list, and you'll get up there and play with a bunch of strangers you never played before, which is really good for you musically. And also you're playing in front of a bunch of people on a stage, but it's not, it's not quite a live gig where you're like, under a lot of pressure. So this is a good place to start if you really want to jump in and feel the, if you want to feel the stage fright, then open mics are a great place to start. Now, once you feel the pressure, okay, whether it's with your friends, family, or open mic, whichever one you're at, once you feel that, I want you to pay attention to what's happening inside your body when you're feeling stage fright. What's going on? Maybe you're starting to get weak at the knees, maybe you're starting to shake, maybe your heart's thumping at 220 BPM. But feel it, pay attention to it, notice what's going on inside of you, what's happening when you're stage fright. You're not just afraid to get on stage. There's an actual physical thing that's happening to you. And then pay attention to your thoughts. What are you thinking about? What is the fear? What are you afraid of? Okay, this is what I mean by understanding yourself through stage fright. And let me tell you something, this will help you in all areas of your life. When you get aware with what's happening to you, when you understand yourself, then you can grow through it. So what is happening to you when you're stage fright? Once you notice it, notice the thoughts and the feelings that are happening. Now it's your turn to tell them what's gonna be, right? Because you're the master of your ship. Just like when you're playing drums, you're the master of this ship, of this tribe, of this machine that you're controlling. You're in the driver's seat. You are the king. So once you feel what's going on for you, now it's your turn to tell everybody else inside how it's gonna be. And this is what I want you to tell your internal system. We're not gonna die. You will not die if you get up on stage and perform for other people. I know it may seem like you will. It might feel like, oh my God, I can't do this, I'm gonna die. But no, think about it, you're not actually gonna die. Even if you get up there and you fail miserably, even if you get up there and you mess up completely and you throw the whole band off and everything's just off, you're still not gonna die. Think about it. Most of those people you don't even know. Most of those people you'll never see again. They're not gonna hurt you for messing up. The worst that's gonna happen is that you'll mess up, the music will stop, and then you'll start again. Or maybe even you'll get off stage and somebody else will get on. I'm just helping you see through the situation, like what's the worst that could happen? The worst that could happen is that you mess up, you look bad, and you have to stop playing. Okay. Then you leave, you go back and practice some more. Now you know what you need to work on. So you can only grow through it, but you're only going to get there if you actually jump in to the pool, okay? Realize you won't die. Next one. Now, even if you don't mess up the whole band and you don't mess up the whole music, but you might make tiny little mistakes here and there. That's very common, especially when you're nervous and you're playing and you're not quite as fluid as you are in the practice room. That's normal, and small mistakes are normal too. And let me tell you a secret. Nobody notices the mistakes as much as you. Trust me, I know what it's like to be behind the kit in front of people watching. I've played hundreds of gigs in front of multiple kind of different crowds, different sizes, different levels. And I am always the one that notices my mistakes the most. Sometimes I would get out of a gig and ask my friend, hey, did you notice when I messed up on that part? They're like, nah, dude, you sounded great the whole time. That's happened to me countless times. I'm always the one that notices my mistakes the most. And you will too. And that's okay because nobody else really notices that much. They're just listening to the music, they're enjoying, they're dancing. You're the one that's, really noticing every single thing that's going on. And as artists, we are our own worst critic. And that can help us if we see it in the right way. And the right way to see it is to help us get better, but not to beat ourselves up and not to prevent us from getting up there in the first place. Okay, so remember, you're the one that notices your mistakes the most. Nobody else is laughing at you and noticing each little eighth note that you didn't hit or the ghost notes. Don't worry. Keep playing, never stop, keep vibing, have fun. All right, and here's the last one, and most important perhaps, because just like in the practice room, you start off trying something new and you can barely do it. It's really hard. It's just twisting your brain and body in knots. But the more you play it, the better you get. So performing live is just like any other practice that you're doing on the kit. It's a practice, and the more you do it, the better you get. So even if you're that guy that got up on stage at an open mic night and failed miserably and stopped the whole music and got off stage and ran out blushing, come back the next week and try again. Because every time you play, you get better. And every time you failed, you learn from that failure. And every time you play again, it gets easier and easier, to the point where I am at now. I can get up in front of a crowd of a couple hundred people and I'm barely nervous because I know these things. I know that I won't die if I mess up. I know that I'm the one that notices the mistakes more than anybody else, and it's okay if I make a mistake. I keep going and enjoy the music. And lastly, I know that the more I play, the better it'll get. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to get better and have fun. I hope you are too. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.